Okay. Okay, first on our agenda is our esteemed attorney, Dan Sigler.
How come you only say esteem when there's nobody in here?
Oh, thanks.
Who's offended here?
Well, I'm not that you're nobody, you're not even close to deplorable, okay? So,
Not esteemed, dude.
wow, bad start, Dan. Bad start.
And goes downhill.
Put the shovel away. Okay, I really don't have, having created all that fuss, I don't have anything to report. We've talked about some things I'm working on but are not in fruition yet. So that's kind of where we're at.
Okay. Tom, did you have anything for Dan?
There's a, I was gonna say garage sale, but it's not a garage sale, but it's a land sale, a sheriff's sale.
Sure.
This Thursday, I believe, is that right, Jenna?
Are you talking about the tax sale? It's
Tax-
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Do we have the authority to take a property off if we're in
Negotiation.
negotiation?
Yes, I believe you have the authority to take it off under any circumstance, just with your general authority under the tax statute. That's my opinion, but yeah, certainly since that property that you're referring to, I know about, and we've been in negotiation, we have a tentative agreement, we're just short of, we're in the draftsmanship stage, I would say, so, yeah.
Well, I think, are we, as commissioners, in agreement that we had tentatively set up an agreement on this property?
As far as I'm concerned, we have some kind of agreement with them.
Okay,
We have an oral agreement that needs to be reduced to writing, is really what it is.
Yep.
and you have contacted his
Counsel.
counsel, and you're getting in touch, so would you think it would be best for us, due to the fact you're in process or negotiations, to withdraw that property off this tax sale?
Yes, I do. And that would be my recommendation.
Because my feeling is this, we've given our word or an agreement with him, of which he's here, and just to back out of it without anything at all, I don't,
Right. I think you're right.
you know,
I
or
mean,
go ahead and list it for sale, I should say, not to back out. We made an agreement, as far as I'm concerned, guys, we stand behind our,
Right.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yep.
okay. Janet, would you,
You want me to talk to? Yeah, I'll talk to Laurel.
you know which one that is? Okay, thank you. That's,
Yep.
that's all I have, I think, this time, George.
Yes.
Oh, I do have one other thing, because it's going to come up on these ordinances, because you said you might have to leave here. Did you find anything out if we can place stop signs or yield signs to control the speed limit on roads? Because I did bring up 3 or 4 or 5 years ago, we had this situation out at Loon Lake, and we denied it because they wanted to put stop signs up to slow people down.
Can I
Now,
address that, please?
Sure.
Yep.
The MUTCD, the Manual for Uniform Traffic Control Devices, is where the statement is made that you should not use stop signs to control speed. Absolutely, that's always the case, that's been the case for years. We've had multiple requests in multiple locations for that. So that doesn't have anything to do with the ordinances that I presented, because the ordinances that I presented were to actually reduce speed based on a traffic study, and then to change a yield sign to a stop sign. They're totally.
And that one has nothing to do with speed, as I recall our
No, it's a
conversation.
sight distance issue. When you come off of 205 onto 200 South, headed towards Columbia Town, or the old Columbia Township School, you go across Washington Road, and to look to the south, there's no sight distance to see anything coming, but there's a yield sign, and I'm saying people should stop there. And,
Yeah.
sight distance is a criteria that allows for placing stop sign.
So, yeah, so my answer is, it is a recommendation for, it's a manual, it's not a statute. So by approving this, you're not violating a state statute. That's all I can say to you. I mean, it's, whether it's a judgment call to put the stop sign in place of the yield sign or not is your call based upon recommendations, but we're not violating any requirement, in my opinion, of state law by if you pass it. That's the coach's
Okay,
answer.
that's all I wanted to know.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's it, Mr. Chairman.
I don't think so. I gave him the Caring Bridge thing, and I guess I just asked that we kind of stay on that thing.
Yeah, what I'm gonna, yeah,
You probably can't get blood out of a turnip, but
well, that's the question. What we have a right to do, so you know, there's two things. A letter will go out to the lawyer for them and say, under the terms of our agreement, I will file the judgment against them because they have not complied with the terms of the agreement, which it should have been paid by now. And then we still have to collect that judgment, and you're right, we probably won't. But maybe they won't want the judgment for some reason, maybe we'll scare some more money out of them. So that's the hope.
thank you.
I think we've talked about everything that I had. Janet, did you have anything?
Just those.
While Dan's here, why don't we work on those ordinances and, let's start with amending Schedule 3, Subchapter D, Chapter 71, Title 7 of the Whitley County Code, stop and yield signs. Brandon, did you want to explain that a little bit then?
It's just, when you come off of 205 on Sharon South to go across Washington eastbound, there is currently a yield sign. And people generally don't respect yield signs like they do stop signs. And in order to see traffic to the south, you have to stop. There's no rolling stop like people like. And so it's just based on the sight distance, it would be my recommendation that we change that sign from stop to yield.
I'll make a motion that we accept ordinance 2016-11.
Okay, we've got a motion,
Second for discussion.
got a second for discussion. Discussion?
What went into a field study performed? Just you sitting there and eyeballing under it?
That's exactly right. Yep. I pulled up there and looked to the south and you can't see anything coming.
How many accidents have been there?
Wouldn't the big concern be that's going to turn into a tremendously heavily traveled road when the new high school's built, isn't it?
Sure it will, absolutely.
I mean, now you're going to have students driving to school. You probably don't have any students that drive to school, I'm assuming in middle school, and maybe that's a poor assumption, but I mean, I just think you're going to have a lot more cars and that. Truthfully, I wish we could just look at that whole intersection. I just think that, and I don't have any idea what I'd do about it, but I think this is important because traffic's only going to get heavier and heavier on that.
Well, I'm not against it. I'm just saying if someone asked me, what did you base it on? I want to know what a field study is. And if a field study is, I'm going to sit there and count the cars and see how many stop or yield. They're probably not going to totally stop anyway.
But I think it.
But legally, I suppose they
I would think a
Would be
field
a
study
fault.
would include the ability to lack sight distance. But I think that's what he's basing
I
it
am
on.
asking, what is a field study?
Yeah.
And at this time, it's based upon the sight distance of
Right.
the part. Okay.
Okay, any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? Thank you.
You want to sign this? Oh, sorry.
This is new, that we'll have to do 12 now. Okay. Okay, the next one we have is ordinance number 2016-12, amending Chapter 71 of Title 7 of the Whitley County Code, speed limit reduction for a portion of County Road 600 North. Brandon, do you want to explain that a little bit also?
This began because of a complaint by a landowner. We put the traffic counter out there and did a traffic count on that section of road for 4 days. And analyzing the data from that, the 85th percentile was 47 miles an hour. You can lower, or you plus or minus 5 mile an hour from your 85th percentile. What that means is, about 85% of traffic is going at this speed. So that would allow us to lower that to 45, which, my thoughts, just pure opinion, if you've got it at 45, it'll keep people at 55 or below. When it's not posted, they're doing 65 or 70, so. Most people this won't have much effect on anyways, but again, that's just my opinion. The data says we can lower it to 45 if we choose.
Can you, when you do that, do you put a sign further back, reduce speed ahead, since it's out of the flow of the normal speed on that roadway?
When we're doing the study,
No, afterwards, once you put the signs in to alert people to the change.
not.
It's just a question, it's
when
not,
it's 10 mile an hour.
Okay.
Not when it's 10 mile an hour change. If it's more than that, then yes, you need to put a reduced speed ahead.
all right.
It's from intersection to intersection, so
Okay,
when you come off at the intersection, it's going to be speed limit 45.
okay.
Part of the problem on this is also, again, it's almost sight distance because there's a lot of hills on 600 there. And these are concerns from farmers in the area that, especially this time of the year, a lot of people going 60, 55, 60 mile an hour down that road, and they crest a hill and they've got a tractor in front of them. And
Gotcha.
so that's where this really came from.
Makes sense.
I also thought in our discussions, we talked about putting our warning sign, our flashing sign out for some period of time to acquaint people with the change. Is that still doable?
We can do that, yes.
I just think that would be important, because, you could change a road speed limit on me, and I just, quite frankly, might miss it. But I guarantee you put that thing out there, I'm gonna see it and
Right.
sink in, so.
There's this is sort of off the subject, but there in Fort Wayne at Covington Road, and we're teed in there by the Fort Wayne Country Club, I forget what that road is. Smith Road. They've got on those, this is a stop sign issue, but they've got those lit and they flash.
Yeah, they do.
And
like those.
it is amazingly visible. That's pretty, I'm sure that's pretty expensive to do, but anyway, that's an idea that every county, I think, ought to consider.
I've
It really
seen
works.
them, and you sure see them.
You do see them.
Does this set a precedent then in other areas of the county for similar road and we get a complaint, we change the speed limit.
Well, I don't think this is gonna set the precedent. If anything, the precedent's already been set, because we did the same thing out on the county line, 800 East. We lowered that to 45 all the way from 24 to 30. Lowered the speed on Lincoln Way East, east of 600, because we had trucks coming in and out of a new company.
Well, that, in all due fairness, Brandon, that road is much heavier traveled than 600 or any of our county roads, so to speak, where farmers are on. I'm just saying, this farmer goes to the coffee shop, well, I got him slowed down. Well, how'd you do that? Well, I complained to commissioners and they changed it, and that's all you have to do now. If we want county.
That's not true. You don't just bring up, we want to change it. You must do a traffic study, and you must go by the 85th percentile. I'll tell you one where it didn't work. We had people, and you probably remember, Bob Egoff, Johnny Tom.
Yeah, I remember
They
that.
wanted us to change the speed limit on 300 North. And so they did the percentile, and it said, no, it's
So
fine
you're
just the way it
telling
is.
me then, if someone comes in and does this, they do a speed study and it comes out the same way now, you might be hesitant in approving it. With on the ground you said, because
I'm gonna,
Road 300 didn't get done.
no, I'm gonna go with whatever, if he'd have done a traffic study and the 85th percentile was 55 mile an hour, we're not gonna change it. I mean, we have a state study to go on. It's not, this isn't something we wanna do. This is
Well, we're
something
gonna
that.
approve it or disapprove,
I'm
and we
sorry.
just agreed to do one. And we're either gonna, we did, if we don't approve it, it doesn't go, like on your Road 300.
All right.
We just did
So,
approve one.
let me take an attorney standpoint then from that. So we know that the 85th
Right.
percentile is 47 mile an hour. And we can change it plus or minus 5. But we say, nope, we're not gonna do it. Nope. And tomorrow, a car running 55 hits a tractor. I would, and I knew that we turned down an opportunity to lower the speed limit. I think we're liable. I think we're liable.
Well, when we be in, my point is,
Okay.
Don, is this.
Okay.
If it's similar,
Either
they
way,
do a
it's-
traffic study, everything, the
Certainly plaintiff
85
can argue you're liable.
percentile stuff.
We're gonna have to
Everything
defend it.
goes along the
I don't know what the
along the
outcome
way.
would be.
Are we, my question, are we setting a precedence that we also will do it to this other road in Whitley County? With the same situation, a hill,
think so.
farm area?
I don't
Well,
think
are we setting a precedence?
I don't
that
think we're
on-
setting a precedent on it, but we would probably look at it. I mean, it's something that, and if the study said that it was 45 for the 85% percentile, then we'd have to make a decision on that. But I don't know that we're really making a precedent on it, because it's already been we've done it for 3 or 4 other different roads, and one we didn't do it for.
As long, if I could slip in here, and as long as you have reasons to do what you do, that is not precedent, that is case-by-case judgment. So where this precedence thing comes in, and this isn't precedent like legal precedent, where it comes in is what you guys hear today on the street. Why did you do this up at 600 when you wouldn't do it over here? You guys get that every day on every kind of issue. So you've got to, when you make these kind of decisions, you've got to do exactly what you're doing, which is have a debate about it here. You have to have the information from the people that you hire to study it, and then you make your judgment calls. And that's what you live with. I mean, I don't think you're required next week or next meeting to prove one that seems similar if you find that it's not similar. for reasons based upon Brandon's report and your own judgments and your own perhaps tour of the scene. So you're free to approve or not approve whether or not the traffic study says it, but you want to follow your own, your own policies, which I think this is a good policy to do it this way. Your judgment is your judgment, your vote is your vote. So I'll cop out on that one, but I mean, I think you're doing it the right way.
Any further discussion? Do I have a motion?
Make a motion, we pass ordinance 2016-12.
We got a motion. Do I have a second? I'll second that. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Same. Thank you. Yep.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
See ya.
Dan.
Yep.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
on the agenda later, but it was for those matters, so
Oh, okay.
I'll excuse myself.
Thank you, Brandon.
I didn't mean to take it.
Right stuff, right stuff.
What?
Just checking this.
Yeah, I'm helping you out.
See ya. You see ya.
I would ask that that be updated and a correction. I think that's poor deal to put in, where it should be speed control, not seed control. Then we can sign a correct one.
Okay. Did you see that?
Okay.
Brandon's probably got a...
Yeah, he's gonna redo it.
Okay, next on the agenda, Right Stuff Time Management Contract. And I think you've got that in your packet here.
Yep.
Two different agreements. One's a application hosting agreement, and one's a software license agreement. And I think, Don, you've been involved in that. You want to...
I have, it's been a long ongoing process, it's been through the, it's been
I
by
don't
us.
mean to interrupt you, but has Dan seen this?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
sorry, yeah,
Okay, go ahead.
yeah,
Sorry.
he's approved both of these. But it's been through us and it's been through the county council and supported, and we're gonna start January 1 with this process. It's I think it's a excellent thing that we're doing. So it's time management, it's gonna help the managers, and I think it's just the right thing to do. So I would make a motion that we start with, I'll make a motion, we pass the application hosting agreement.
Second?
Got a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
Yeah, I'd like to change the motion to, since there's only one signatory on it, that we allow the chairman to sign. Add that to my motion.
Okay, we'll add that to the motions. Are you okay with amending?
Yep.
Okay. As far as discussion, monthly total on this agreement is, the application hosting agreement is $500 a month, right? Okay.
And it's a 3-year contract? Dan, okay, Dan, 3-year contract?
He did, they actually went back and forth with some changes, Dan and their legal attorney as well, but ended up agreeing to it.
Why did he go with 3-year rather than 1? Okay.
See about the outs on that.
About what?
Oh, how,
Opt out.
binding, how to opt out,
90 days?
90 days.
Believe.
I think it's right on the front.
Yeah,
isn't it?
cancellation, and then it's charged in full for the entire calendar month in which you canceled your service, okay.
Software is gonna be a little different.
Okay, any further discussion on the application hosting agreement? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Aye.
Okay, with regard to the software license agreement, the initial term is also for 3 years. It had the 90-day, that's where the 90-day written notice of intent not to renew, so. I make a motion we accept the software license agreement and that. I'm looking for the signature right here. There's only one signature, so we allow the chairman to sign.
Okay, we've got a motion.
This is effective when? January 1?
January 1.
And this, the initial setup and training is $35,000. Payment for the first year is gonna be $67,400 because you get the training of $35,000 in there. It'll be made in 2 installments of $33,700 in February and May of 2017.
This is in the budget?
Yes.
Yes, this has been already done by the council. Approved by council, I mean.
Do we have a second? I'll second. Any further discussion? All those in favor, or say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
Abstain.
Okay.
Commissioner Trim?
I'll give those to Jana, and I'll send out the right stuff, get his signature, and then I'll give you the originals. Okay.
Their whole thing was to let us come in
Okay.
in October, so we can have you up and running January 1st.
That's great.
Actually, it's February 1st.
There's already
That's
been some
okay.
dissension.
Oh, I know.
And then you want to change it.
You know, I,
So you might
it's one
want
of
to
those you
make
gotta
it
think.
February 1st.
It's a change of
Yeah.
248.
Oh, thanks.
248.
Hey, Don, and George, just so you know, it's February 1st that that's starting, actually, live, because of the end of year stuff. We wanted to get that out of the way first.
Okay, just,
Okay.
So we're just February 1st.
what's the phone number for recycling?
3132.
31.
Yep.
3-2.
248
248.
3132.
I'm talking about trucks.
Oh, gosh. 609, I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Is that all pros? Is that who they're wanting?
Whitley Environmental.
What?
Whitley Environmental, is that?
Yeah.
Oh, Whitney.
And it's 609 something.
Cell phone,
I
because he has
don't,
a cell phone.
I just got Steve's one, that's all I got.
That's Steve, he has a cell phone, it's not a,
Whitley Environmental. And,
gosh, Don's using his smart. I like the selfies.
So you got Google.
geez. Oh, would that be the internet?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, then you hit Safari.
There you go.
just a second. I'll give up.
Yeah. I go say, let's just go to a phone book.
No,
Oh. That wouldn't be on there, kiddo. This is what's talking about.
I always heard that already.
Let's call Jarrell real quick.
what's your phone number, man?
248-8300.
What was the last?
248-8300.
Oh,
All right, I'll find out and call you back.
Got it, got it,
Wait a
got
minute,
it,
wait a
got
minute, wait a minute.
248.
We got it. 248,
8300.
8300.
See, now all you have to do, and I brought that up, I
Two, four, eight, 8300.
direction.
okay. So you just,
All I went
you
to
just did
was
Safari.
And then
New tab?
And then just put in Whitley Environmental, and that comes up here,
Okay,
and then hit the search.
go.
Yep.
Yep. Thanks, sir.
They were new to the area and needed,
Oh, so
so,
that's gonna,
248, 8,300, okay.
Yes,
They
sir.
can squeeze that on
That
the
way, so
what's that?
Scott's
County.
here to talk if you have any questions.
County phone number.
I'm gonna show this tonight. We're going up Line Street in Cherubusco, I'll lay it down. Going up Line Street in Cherubusco where they're putting new sidewalks in. Someone has taken a recycling container, cut it about in half, and are using it for scrap. And I think they're making cement in it, honestly. If you can see it, I think they're making cement in it, so we'll discuss that tonight.
Okay.
Okay, next thing on the agenda is Health Department, a reappointment of the Health Board, 2 members. And Scott, would you like to?
So the Health Board members serve a 4-year term. Dr. Dick Meyer is up for a reappointment. He's accepted that. He's been on the board since 1982. Grace Lauder is up for her second 4-year term, and she's accepted that. The Health Board will approve these in another week, or on Thursday, so your approval would be subject to the Health Board's approval.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Only that I'm happy Dr. Dick Meyer's gonna do it. I was thinking he might be not around that much, so tickled. Okay, call for the question.
Okay, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, the same. Thank you.
Is there anything that you wanted to ask me while I'm here, since?
Thank you for bringing your business.
Thank you.
Okay, has everyone had a chance to take a look at the minutes? Any additions, subtractions, amendments?
I couldn't see any. I move that we approve them.
Thanks.
Got a motion and a second to approve October 3rd, 2016 minutes. Any further discussions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the same. Thank you.
You say you're out of town the 4th, 5th, and 6th of
November, yes.
I'll be at the 8th and 9th then.
I'll do the claims on Friday the
Oh,
4th.
geez, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, claims. Don, look at the claims.
Pretty straightforward, in all honesty. The only thing I made it myself a notation of, and I'm not trying to make anything out of this, I just found it unique, and I'm sure there's a reason that, we had a really big bill to Hyden Printing, and so I looked at them, and it's the court's, Superior Court files. The files themselves, they bought 500 of one model, I don't know what you call it, and 500 of another, but the files are $2.36 a piece, so that's why there's over $2,000 in files, and then they bought 1,000 of another type file for $1.65, that's $1,600, so that's kind of why the bill to them this month. The only other thing I saw, just the normal stuff, it's like the amount of money we pay Columbia City Utilities is astronomical. I mean astronomical. And I was gonna try to keep track and then I didn't, because I thought it just makes you feel worse, so that's, I guess I'd make a motion and we accept the claims.
Second?
Got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same? Thank you.
Thank you.
Pam, did you have anything?
Yes, I do, thank you. I have some requests to use county facilities. The first one is for Tammy Wolf, a candlelight vigil for this Saturday, or no, next Thursday, I apologize. This Thursday, October 27th is when it is. No, that's next, right?
Next, yeah.
7 o'clock for Marcus Wolf, who they have not found yet at this point from,
I just don't get that.
yeah.
I really don't get that.
I would so move it be approved.
Got a motion?
Second.
Got a second? Further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same?
I sure hope they can find out what's.
That's strange, you just disappeared.
Yeah, in some respects, having lost a grandchild, in some respect, I mean, we had closure to that. This lady has no closure. It's just awful.
Thank you. The next one is for November the 5th. It's on a Saturday for Ann Fall and Sharon Geiger. And they want to do decorating of the gazebo for the holidays, if you guys will allow it, for 2017. I don't know if we've ever had it. I've never had anybody ask to decorate the gazebo for the holidays for Christmas.
Should we ask what kind of decoration and what holiday? Are we talking Thanksgiving?
We're talking about for the holidays, both for Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Okay.
And they're just going to be using ribbons, they said, and potentially some lighting as long as they have the hookup availability, or don't.
Should we make sure that's in coordination with Mark?
Yeah, I want us to get in trouble with anybody. As much
So
as-
ask Mark, is that what you're saying?
As much as I
Mark
hate
for
to say
maintenance.
it, I guess I would be, I'd like to be more specific. What do you have in mind? What do you
Okay,
gonna do
we can
here?
ask her. We have time, so I'll just ask her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that okay? Find out what they wanna do,
And then the next one is for the Veterans Marathon, Saturday, November 12th, from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. The courthouse lawn, just for the gathering, again. There will be no electricity or anything used. It's through Levon Altavote? Oh.
It's the same thing we've done every year, right?
Yeah,
So I'll make a
same thing,
motion, we
yeah.
accept
Got a motion to accept?
Veterans Marathon.
Second?
We got a second? Any further discussions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same? Thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you. Thank you. And then holiday schedule for the 4 and 2 people. We had to do, if you remember, right, an amendment. I emailed all of you gentlemen. For the holidays, December 24th and 25th, we had to change Sunday and Monday for Christmas holiday. We went ahead and made that change. We just want to make sure that it does get amended in this meeting.
The number of days stayed the same.
Correct.
Yeah.
Nothing changed.
Okay. That's what I was thinking, yeah. Motion to approve the holiday schedule for 4 and 2.
Got a motion to accept the 4 and 2 schedule for 2017?
This is the amended schedule.
Amended
We
schedule.
did approve it once.
Right.
Okay.
Amended-
I
amended
second.
schedule then.
Yeah, okay, I second.
Yep. Okay, we got a motion and a second. Any further discussions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same? Thank you.
And one more thing. Part-time wage scale. with the increase this year that the county council graciously was able to provide for us all as far as employee wages. The part-time wage scale, I think we need to look at this point. I've done some checking around to other agencies and also went on the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. Right now, our wage scale is set from $10 an hour to $17. That's the max. We currently have 22 people, 22 part-time individuals who are either at max or over. And being over, they haven't had a raise for quite a while. So 29% of our part-time people have met or exceeded the max. The average hourly wage for 2015 through the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics is $18.08 for Whitley County, just so you know. Hourly wage, $18.08. So we started back in 2013. They actually changed it. The max used to be $15. It went to $17 an hour in 2013. I'd like to request for 2017, since we're looking at every 4 years approximately, that it go up to at least the $19 an hour. Stay still at the 10 for minimum, but the maximum be at $19 an hour. So just looking for you guys as far as a favorable pass to the county council, or your thoughts on that.
This is for part-time?
Correct. Yeah, just the wage scale itself. To 19. It is currently 17. Change it to, increase it to a max of 19. Now, that doesn't mean everybody automatically bumps up to 19. The department heads just have that option to move those individuals up, those 26 that haven't been able to move up for many years.
There's full-time people in our community that's not making $18 an hour.
Well, our average wage right now in Whitley County is $18.08 an hour through the U.S.
Well,
That's
That might be
2015
the
results.
average. My point is, we have full-time people in the general labor force that's not making $19 an hour unless they're in the electronic field or established in computer or something like this.
Our full-time individuals right now through the county, the average wage is $18.23 an hour.
I'm not sure I'm not sure what our role is here. I apologize.
I just wanted to bring it to your attention to see if you guys, typically with the wage increase for overall, I always bring to you for a favorable pass.
Does the
But the
personnel
county
committee deal
council
with
sets
this?
this. They never have before, no. We don't
Council
typically
would
deal
be the
with part-time.
final
Yeah,
place, I
council will be the
suppose.
final one.
Well, then I make a motion that we give a favorable pass to the county council to raise it to $19 an hour.
Got a motion?
Well, I'll second it for a vote, if that's what you're waiting on.
Sorry, I was running it in my mind there.
You were thinking. Okay.
Okay, we got a motion and a second on raising part-time wages from $17 to $19 and
Max.
That's just the
Maximum.
maximum
Right,
amount
maximum.
potential, yeah.
any further discussions? And this is for a favorable pass to county council. Favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same.
Thank you, gentlemen. That's all I had.
Jana?
The only thing that I wanted to report is everything went smoothly with the budget. As you know, there were some things that were approved that were great with the sheriff's department and with planning. We did get our certified net assessed values in sooner. We got them in over a month sooner than last year.
I couldn't believe it.
Yep.
Couldn't believe how fast
So,
that came.
yeah, so I'm hoping we can get our 1782 notices by the end of December.
Really?
That's their
That would be
goal is to
ama-
start.
That's great. It's been
So-
mid-February even.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow, that would be fantastic. So.
I'm gonna have to ask, what's a 1782?
1782 notices are what they give us, what they approve for our budgets, for
Official
general highway.
Notice,
Yeah,
Yep.
because usually we don't get that till February, March.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
and then we
So-
have 7 days. Once it arrives, you have 7 days to appeal it, if you want to appeal it. I mean, so I was just amazed. I only hardly deal with the township level when it comes to numbers, but how much the township went up in AV. It was absolutely amazing. So the county went up, way up too. And I took George's advice and used what he thought I should use for AV. So it was 40 million more. The actual AV was 40 million more than, so those rates are gonna drop like a rock, you know. Good, I mean, that's
Yeah,
all
yeah,
good for the
right.
taxpayer, but
Right.
I guess my point is, I just never really agreed with him before. I don't think he should knock it down that much to try, so. Well, thank you.
Yep.
And I look forward,
Good
well,
job.
1782 in December that'd be amazing. How about I buy you lunch if we get it in December?
Deal. My birthday's even in December, so I'll take
All
it.
right, that would just be wonderful, because you're usually working on the next year budget before you ever get to 1782.
Yep. So,
Okay.
Tom, do you have anything else?
80 in community corrections, 103 in jail.
Now, a little,
So up a little in the area we need it, and down a little in the area we need it there.
That's been
That's
great,
it.
seeing that around 105, 108.
Yeah, that's it, that I have, everything else been answered.
Commissioner?
well, it's kind of a nice segue into what I'm gonna talk about. If you'll remember, Jen Christie came to us last month or last meeting, whatever it was, and talked about a credit card for JDAI, and I freely admit I had no idea what that was all about, but I knew that I had on my schedule a meeting about JDAI last Friday. First of all, JDAI stands for Juvenile Delinquent Alternative Initiative. This was a program started at the state. 20-some counties have signed up for it. Our judges, and I don't know which one, requested from the state that we be allowed to join up. And the whole concept here is to come up with an initiative that means we don't have to take these juveniles and spend $160 or $80 a day on them in a facility. Try to do something that keeps them here at home while we're dealing with their issues. And the carrot for this is the state is giving us $50,000 to start this program and hire a person. And then once that's in the first year, then it goes up if we make the initiative. So it's really a very intriguing initiative. And if it works, we're actually going to save tons of money by not having to have right now we use the Allen County Juvenile Detention Center. We don't need that. We wouldn't need the Carrying Bridge, so hopefully it would work. And that's a little more about what JDAI actually is, and I understand why she needed the card and stuff now, so. It's not their rules, it's the state rules that say you gotta do this, so. You know, wasn't the way I wanted to spend my Friday afternoon, but it turned out really, really interesting, so thank you.
Hi, George. Brandon did have this. I don't know if you knew about it, but I do think this needs approved. I think did I give you a copy of this in there?
Yeah.
Okay,
Brandon
what do
looked
you-
at that.
What do you think? I don't know.
Is that by chance the US 33?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. All right, well, let me quickly kind of explain this. You know, we discovered that they were going to close US 33 for 14 days, and NDOT's wisdom, and I'm not knocking them, but they look at it and go, well, hey, US 30, the bridge is in Allen County, so they went to Allen County and they had an unofficial detour of Carroll to Johnson. But everybody knew that, shoot, they were gonna go out, you know how to go to the golf course? Okay, everybody knew they were gonna come out of Busco and take the road past the golf course to Hildebrand and back around. It's the shortest way. So Brandon got a hold of them and said, hey, look, we would like to be in on the, I can't think of the term they use. Anyway, for us, it's if they damage the road, we'll now get paid for it, which wasn't gonna happen. And you can't imagine, just imagine traffic on US 33, including semis, who paid no attention to the road closed ahead signs and bus. Oh, I'll tell you another one that happened. The first day, one of the first semis, early in the morning, it was coming south on 33, and the official detour was 205 to 30. So he made a right turn and took out the light, the control box for the stoplights, and knocked the power out at the Pride Mart. So that was kind of a bad start. After that, then they kept going straight, and they would take the county line road. And so Brandon went out and put up a sign for northbound semis that road was closed north, make a right and go down Carroll to 33 and back up. Now, day number 2, somebody stole the sign.
Jeez.
And I said, Brandon, let's don't worry about it. It's a 2-week project. So we just had a lot of semis on that road, but I've driven it. And honestly, the biggest problem is in Allen County side, on the Hildebrand Road, where they had to make, and I don't know how to say it, more than a 90-degree turn. So it had to be, 100 or so? And so the semis were tearing up the Hildebrand Road, making the turn. Didn't hurt us. Okay, so that's kind of what that's all about, and we have to agree to let them use it as an unofficial detour so they can pay us back for any damage that was done.
So we do need to approve this then.
I think so. I think we do.
For an unofficial.
And I would make a
detour.
motion that we approve the unofficial detour so that NDOT will pay us if there was any damage done.
Second.
Okay, I got a motion.
Before, yeah, same.
Yeah.
And then just pay.
Yep, there they are.
A motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, the same.
Thank you.
Boy, Joanne's the only diehard around here now.
Even Stanley deserted you, huh?
Oh, he gave me some lame excuse about it being Shelley's birthday and they were gonna go celebrate today. So
We all know he's out campaigning. He's putting signs in yards.
whatever. Whatever.
Anything else?
I'm done, thank you.
Janet, did you have anything else?
Nope, that was.
I've got a couple of things here. I got some paperwork from Dwayne Ginder on insurance for the ambulances that are in our name right now, that we have to pay the insurance up until January 1st. And so we need to sign that, but I just wanted to bring, I don't think we need.
Well, I guess my question would be, aren't they? How did they become uninsured?
They're insured, but this
Extension.
is an extension until, well, it's actually from 9/16 to 9/17.
Okay.
But we'll have to cancel the insurance when Parkview takes over, whether it be January 1st, whenever, we'll have to.
Right. So doesn't Star have those ambulances insured right now?
Yes, yeah. The ambulances and the
Equipment.
equipment.
Yeah.
But this is an extension of that contract until the point where we cancel it.
Okay, I want to make sure anything that's in our name, I want to make sure is insured,
Yep,
but I don't
that's
want
what
to pay
this is.
twice.
This is
So,
what this is.
so, and we're paying the bill?
Yes.
Okay. Can I ask how much?
You can. Well, this one is just for the additional terrorism insurance, and that's $219. But this one,
Terrorism, so can't rule it out.
and the problem is it's got, the policy is in the,
Hey, that needs to go in the truck.
yeah, we gotta put those in the trucks.
Yeah.
These are just accident reports. These go in the trucks too.
Golly, yeah. Yeah, you need to get those back to him.
Can you bring that up? What we've been paying on that? It's like $14,000.
Well, we've been paying on 5, so that number automatically goes down, right?
Right.
Yeah. At one time, I mean, I'm so old, I remember when it was $1,000 a year per truck. Have you guys been having any meetings?
We had one, what, 4 or 5 weeks ago? Yeah.
At the same time that that deal happened with the school.
Paid to Star, right?
I think it's that lease group.
Indian Springs.
Are you the,
I think that is Star.
I think I'm the only one that has to sign that.
I was so moved it be approved with the chairman signing.
Second.
Okay, got a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
For both of them, right?
Yeah.
For all of-
Yeah, both of them.
Nope.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Thank you.
I didn't think it was this one. One of them says the Inland Marine.
Right, that's
Emily-
for the equipment.
Inland Marines
that-
equipment.
Okay, and that we paid $8,965.
Okay,
And we pay it to McNeil.
right. And
And
that is McNeil right here. This one is McNeil.
Yeah. Okay. And then the other one we have, it says business automobile insurance renewal, which was $5,030.
Okay, so we're about $14,000.
Yep.
Is that one about 5,000?
Yep.
Yep, still, so it was still around $1,000 a truck.
Yep.
Whatever happened to
I'll sign
the
those.
number 4 and 5, did they just give them up right there? I really don't care, did they just give them to somebody?
Trade-in, I think,
Okay.
where that went. Get much, yeah.
Yeah, no, we're not gonna get much for that, so. Understand.
Okay, the only other thing I had was J&K is, talked to Amy a little bit, and J&K is wanting to charge us $165 for a radio to upgrade those to that P25. And on our contract from 14, it's got upgrades on here. So we need to talk to J&K or have them come in and explain why they're wanting to charge us. One and two on that.
Well, I think we have a lot to ask them. I seriously do. Who's got a calculator on?
I do.
Divide 3,500 by 15.
233,
I'm sorry.
233,
233.
233.
33. Isn't that the way you read it? 15,
Yep.
upgrade, 35, 25?
So-
I've kind of been staying in contact with Amy, and she's finding better deals
Yep.
than this. You know, it's just, here's how it goes, and it's gone like this for years, and I apologize. Probably should have just cut the cord at one point in time, but she talked to him out there and kind of responds to me, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And she's more business-like, thank God, and wants to know what don't worry about it equates to. What's that mean? So I just, she's so frustrated with them, and quite frankly, I am too. There was you'd have to ask her for sure, but there was like a deal that we needed them to do, and they couldn't. But then we find out that they're down at Howard County working like mad, down in Howard County doing what we want to do. Now, if you want our business because you're local, then, and quite frankly, I mean, we have been with J&K forever. From the day they opened up, somebody in this county has been a customer to them. And I just don't feel like there's no loyalty to us, so do we need loyalty to them? I don't know.
Well, I guess what I'd like to see, and if you chime in here a little bit on this too, is I'd like to see, before we bring them in to talk to the commissioners, maybe have Don get with Amy and John Shu and maybe Ted Hurley and Janelle and the sheriff maybe.
Well,
and-
you know, we got some things straightened out by doing that before, when we had the problems at the sheriff's department. Once you get in here and we sat down and we talked about the problems, we got something done. So this P25 thing is, now, I'm gonna tell you the honest truth. The honest truth is, I've known about P25 for probably 3 years. And myself, I'm not gonna blame you guys, because you may not know about it, but we have put this off and put it off, and now it's time, and now we gotta do something. And so I take a lot of the blame for this P25 initiative.
But Don, we knew that in 2014.
Well, see,
10,
that's
20
it, I didn't know anything about that. Where'd you come up with that? Did Amy find out, or how'd you come up with that?
I did, yeah.
Is that the contract you came up
Yep.
with? Okay. Pam,
Yeah, so
Hold
we
that.
need to show that to Amy, because I didn't know about it. I don't understand why 15, there's over 200 radios in the
what,
system.
270 some
Yeah,
radios?
We can't find them all, but
Yeah.
there was what should be 270 some radios, so. Okay, so can we show that to Amy?
Are you okay with that then, Tom? Okay. Yeah, are you okay with getting together with everybody and trying to work
Well,
this
I
out?
want to talk to Amy first and
Okay.
let her, I want to get her feeling on that. I'd like for her to take the lead on this thing, but yeah, I'll be there.
And that's
Yeah,
our
you
original
bet.
contract, so.
It is, that's our original.
Oh, it is?
Yeah,
Well, let's not do
I'll
that
make-
then. Well,
I'll
you can
make
make me
copies,
copies,
yeah.
please. So tell me what this is that I'm looking at. It's,
That's part of the contract, and you'll see it's from Star also.
there we go.
Yeah,
There
and
we
I have
go.
some more
This
too.
goes back to the new consoles.
Yeah, and I have
Okay.
more of that contract too that we pulled out, so I'll, you know what?
385,000, I
Don,
think is what we.
let me just scan everything
spent
and
on
I'll email the rest to Amy, because I believe Amy's got some already that I sent her.
Cool,
So I'll just scan it.
cool, but if you're gonna do that, can you send it
Yep, to
to
you.
both of us?
Mhm,
And
yep.
then I'll have it too. Not on my phone, but at home on my.
You can get it on your phone if you want me to show you how to
I
do
saw
that.
that. I saw the picture. I did.
200 and some likes on that. Now, people are bored if they think that's a major thing, so I don't get that part, but okay.
No, we're just amazed.
All right. I said, I'm not worried about it. If I have any trouble, my 6-year-old grandson can help
Oh,
me.
absolutely.
And then also, I'd like to bring up, we did finally received a bill for $5,000 from Coalition for US 30, which is
Oh.
the coalition, and I just wanted to make sure you were aware of it. And I think we're going to take that out of seated,
See it
onsite,
on
offsite.
onsite, offsite. I have that for you too.
I not only like it, I
Come and see me.
applaud you and Ryan and those of you who are working with this, because the other counties, if they don't get their act together, they don't know what they're gonna end up with. At least by taking the lead on this thing, we can help ourselves, so.
And I'm afraid
Appreciate that.
that it's going to be sooner than later on this.
Well, I think they're gonna move. Well, I think next year, I think that's one thing that the legislature's gonna continue to
Highway
pass.
initiative.
And then, of course, a lot of this is federal, I get that, so we don't know what the feds are gonna do, but, yeah, so. Okay,
Other than that, I don't have anything.
motion to adjourn?
I have a
Joanne?
quick question.
Yes.
The $18 that you were talking about, that you said was the average wage, was that government employees, or was that the average of all of Whitley County employees?
That was from the Bureau of US Statistics, so it was all, it
All
was the
Whitley
total,
County.
private and public, all Whitley County.
Okay,
Yep,
okay,
yep.
that was just a curious question. And the other one is, I'm sure I've heard about this Right Stuff time management thing before, but refresh my mind on what we're spending $67,000 for.
To track when people come to work and when they leave work.
So it's a punch the clock system.
Yeah, it's
Why do
a,
we need $67,000 worth of training? Did I miss something?
Well, the training is
No, no, no.
actually 35,000.
Why do we need
but-
$35,000 in training to punch a clock?
Well, it's a whole new system, and it's actually a tracking system also. And I guess I almost have to run you through and watch how the department heads have to write everything down right now. Everything's written down, and then it has to be sent over, a piece of paper has to be sent over to the auditor's office.
So this
It's
is a flash your badge and it records your in and out?
either a thumbprint or,
It's all web-based too, that's why it's all web-based, so you can get on the computer and actually sign in, or you can go do a thumb.
there are
There's a mobile app.
multiple
Multiple.
ways to clock in and out. It kind of goes by the department.
So would it be up to each individual employee, all employees, full and part-time, or all on? So it will be that I employ whatever job might be.
Right.
I clock in.
right,
If I leave for a half hour, it's up to me to clock out.
yes.
So we're basing this on the honesty of the employee.
Well, and the department heads are going to have to monitor that too.
Yeah, department heads have to monitor.
Yeah.
What if,
Well, but if you're signing in with your thumbprint, there should be a date timestamp on it. And
Yep.
if you're signing in on
There
the
will.
computer, there's a
Right.
date timestamp
Yeah,
on it.
there will.
Yep.
So,
So it has to be.
So see how those same employees could go out now for a half an hour and who knows
And
it?
we'd never know.
They don't tell their,
so
Well,
as part of this initial stuff we're doing, you said it was for software too, or that's in addition to?
Software,
Part of this $67,000
Yeah.
is
Software,
for
everything,
software
and for hosting and for
and
everything.
hosting and all that kind of stuff, okay.
and we can inundate you with information. I'm not being facetious.
No,
We-
I know.
If you want to see the rates, gosh, this probably started 3 years ago.
We were just talking about it.
Pam kind of talked about it. So we went down to Kosciuszko County. They've had it apparently for more than 3 years, because it was probably 3 years ago. We went down there and saw it and said, yeah, it's a way to go, but times were a lot tougher. You know, we just said, no, that was a back burner thing for 2 years. So darn near 3.
Well, I thought I had heard about it before. but-
Yeah. Right Stuff is the company.
Yeah.
So you could say, oh, in fact, we looked at other companies. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to think of the
Kronos and ADP.
Kronos and
They were
ADP, who are
expensive.
they're big time in this stuff, and oh my gosh,
And
their
they
prices.
couldn't work with our system already in place for payroll. This new software already does. What K County has is the same program, software that the auditor has right now. So that's nice.
So this does all the payroll.
Oh, it does the payroll.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, no, it starts out from clocking in, clocking out, and does all the payroll stuff, so.
So our stance is then, if you forget to clock in, too bad?
No, I can only tell you what we did at Parkview, okay? When we put this system in at Parkview, ours, we didn't have the thumb or any of that. We literally had to go to a computer and type in our employee code. Well, if I came to work and got a run before, that was, quite frankly, the bad part of this was, before we put the system in, our time was 7 a.m. You start work at 7 a.m., you get off at 7 a.m., 24 hours. And so as a friendly gesture, it was a gentleman's agreement, we were always there by 6:30. So that ongoing person been there 24 hours, they don't have to catch a late run. This put the halt to that.
The right stuff.
Because the rules are 6:50 there. I'm talking about Parkview rules.
Yeah.
6:54 to 7:06.
That was your window to sign.
That was your window. Now, if you signed at 7:01 through 7:06, that didn't mean you weren't late. You were late, but that's the window that you were allowed to do, and
It's the
so.
right side, yep.
And so that was kind of bad, you know, so what happened was people stopped coming in at 6:30 and it cost in overtime because people got late runs, but, you know, it is what it is. I never got to your question, so then we'd have to call our manager and say, hey, I was here at 7 o'clock, but I caught a run. And he knew the run, I mean,
The system and sign.
they know the run was there, so.
Yep.
So that's what the manager still has some override privileges, but they don't have to deal with that every day. They don't have to look at it every day. In EMS, it was kind of easy because we were 24-hour shifts, and so it wasn't bad, but you didn't have 3 different shifts of people, but here we do, so.
And with the new PTO policy, it's really nice, is if I want to take a day off, I just go into the computer, I pull myself up, and I can see how much PTO I have left and what I've taken, the day I've taken it, boom, 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 and I just, and send it to my supervisor, and they approve it, it's done. And all that populates onto the next time. That will be nice for the employee to be able to see and manage their time. That will help them.
I'll second the motion.
We got a motion in a second.
What's this one for?
Adjourn. Oh. I remembered.
Any further discussion? We are adjourned.
Thank you.